Welcome to Season 2 of Trenton State Titans Dynasty here on College Football 25, and I am excited. Why is that? Because we actually have added some talent. We didn't really have any, and now we have a little bit. Now, unfortunately, star running back Rayshawn Battles has left us, but that doesn't mean we can't go out and get a different playmaker. Lee Beebe Jr. from the transfer portal is what we ended up being able to do. Now, we didn't recruit any running backs, as is par for the course. If you've seen Nevada Dynasty on this channel, a very different series. Lee Beebe's not very fast is kind of the one holdup on him. And these are not our uniforms. Do not worry if you've not seen the series. But he will be our new starting running back. He looks good. Very high carrying, high trucking, high break tackle. Can catch the ball a little bit. But the main claim to fame is Henry Streeter from St. Petersburg, Florida, where the Tampa Bay Rays play. And Henry Streeter, although doesn't have a super high ceiling maybe, has Platinum Magician, has gold off-platform for his abilities, Bronze Option King if we really do much of that. But even with the skill caps, he'll never get faster, he'll never have a stronger arm. 95 throw power, 94 speed, 95 acceleration, right away should make him very, very good. Accuracy is a bonus as well. In terms of developable players, we are redshirting Moses Butts. It's a great name. He's got impact dev. He's got a little bit more room to grow, but will never be quite so fast. I don't even know if he's ever going to be as accurate as Henry Streeter. So when we're doing recruiting this year, quarterback will remain a focus, but Kai Kieran's taking over as wide receiver 1, and we're pretty much just going to redshirt all of the freshmen that we brought in. Not all of them, I guess. I mean, Henry Streeter is our new starting quarterback. But you can see here, of the freshmen that we've added, many of them are going to be wearing the red shirt this year. Now, they can appear in up to 4 games, but that's it. Will Zach Poole play? He's got 93 speed. And at the receiver position, we are really lacking for speed. Emmett Lemons. When life gives you lemons, do you redshirt him or do you let him play? He's got 96 speed. Clay Ivy has 95 speed. These guys could definitely help us out, but does it make more sense to hold on to them long term or get them on the field right now? We'll make those decisions. They're going to start the season as redshirt players probably, and things will potentially change. And, I mean, if they can play in up to 4 games, right, we could use them against some of the top teams in the country. We could play them against some of the worst teams in the country, see what they're capable of in all those different capacities and facets. And we are pursuing some 5-star players off the rip. We're probably not going to get any of them, right? But it doesn't really hurt us too bad to see if we can land one, because just one 5-star could be a program-changing player. So, of course, we have added a lot of players that have interest in us already. And guys like Trayvon Diaby already have us as his number 2 school. Yes, he's only the 97th ranked defensive end, not even in the top 1,500 of players, but as a 3-star, these guys could end up being good. And you never know. So we will recruit these guys. And, of course, the strategy per usual is recruit players that are not being heavily recruited by other schools. Can't do any scouting right now. We'll go over some of these players more as we go on. I will show you the schedule. It's tough. It's a tough schedule. We're opening up at Florida. Don't love it. We are playing, of course, the Riverside Royals. We did beat them last year, one of our few wins, but this is going to be a tough season. We're also adding Florida State to the schedule. When I started this series, I said that it's going to be Florida-based, and we're going to be playing some of the best teams in the state. And that's the Gators in Gainesville, that's the Seminoles in Tallahassee, that's going to end up being the Hurricanes in Miami. Outside of that, it is, of course, a Conference USA schedule. It is what it is. But I am excited to get back into it. Season 1 kind of fell off the rails a little bit, not going to lie. But we're capable of beating some of the teams on our schedule this year. This could be a team that I think could very easily be bowl eligible. That's 6 wins. That is our goal. Whether we hit that or not remains to be seen, obviously. But it is a possibility. And based on how Auburn is recruiting Juan Sturgis, we might have a shot if we go all in. We might. Now, does that mean we're going to have a shot at any of these other 5-stars? I mean, let's be honest. It's unlikely. I think we're already going to take James Jefferson off our board. I don't really think we're going to have a shot at Lamar Hooks. He's a 5-star safety from Temple, Georgia. Maybe we have a chance. I'm not really using any of my points on scouting. We only have 350 hours. If we want these guys, we are going to have to pursue them heavily. So these points are going to be used for going after players instead of seeing if they're any good. So we'll find out at some point, but just not right now. And I don't think we're going to have a shot at Alfonso Gentle, to be honest. Although he doesn't have any offers yet, so you never know. Going after 5 stars is kind of stupid. I totally get that. But if we can somehow get them, like if we can get even one, we can get like a game-changing player. So, I don't know. I will say I like how Manu Incognito, great name by the way, no offers from anyone, including us. This is someone we should probably be able to get. He's a scrambler archetype. The scrambler archetype quarterbacks are the guys you want. They're fast. Typically, they can have big arms as well. Jaden Chubb, I'm going to say it. You might get me chubbed up if these attributes are what they appear to be. Okay? So, we're going to pursue everyone that we can, really, but I do kind of think I need to know more about these QBs. 92 throw power, 88 speed is good. It's good, no question. That's good accuracy and acceleration and throw power and speed. Manu Incognito looks very good. No one's pursuing him. Might be an easy recruitment. Joey Boozer, it's only UTEP and Tulsa right now. We can be in the race. But because we don't have a ton of points, I can't afford to scout these guys very much. And now the reason that we can sometimes go after these 5 stars, you'll look at this list here. Look at all of the players with deal breakers we don't meet. Well, they'll also have deal breakers for, a ton of other teams as well. So for the 5 stars that we are actually allowed to even offer, well, the amount of teams that can actually go after them, especially if their deal breaker is like proximity to home, we might actually have a chance, right? I'll add Dora the Explorer to our board. Why not? It is crazy, though. 350 hours is just, like, no hours. So, I mean, are we really going to be able to go head-to-head against, Georgia for a player they might want? Literally no chance. We have to be a little bit more selective, and that likely means taking a lot of players off our board that we might want, but we will have no chance to get. And we really, again, can't even know if some of these players are going to be good, which I don't love. Well, I'll tell you, I have not had this few amount of recruiting hours in quite some time, and I am not handling it well at all. I've really, we're not going to get anybody, is kind of where this is probably going. I'm putting 5 on someone. Am I stupid? Manu Incognito is probably the one recruit we absolutely have to get, and I am not even putting any points on him. Again, because I'm a stupid person. I wish he had the magician ability. With 96 speed, he should have it. But he didn't come in with it, so he'd have to buy it, which is unfortunate. But just being beyond stupid, probably, with my points. And that's just how that goes. Now, what do I do about that? Not pursue 5 stars is the actual answer. But I'm not going to do that, am I? I think that's about right. We're locked out on, just about everybody. I think I did put points on Ricky Toomer. Amari LeBeau, I may have put points on as well. NC State's pulling away. But for a lot of guys who have really close proximity or pipeline for us, I do just want to go out and try to get. I mean, we're in a bad spot. Although George Winogo, we put 50 points on, and we got into his top 8. But the Gators and Auburn, FSU, they're putting big points on him as well. So, are we going to be able to stay in that battle? I mean, we're rising up on Juan Sturgis quite a bit, though. Tulane making a big push. If we can somehow get inside his top group, and maybe he likes playing time and proximity to home, if we could get him on campus early with a visit, maybe. Unlikely, but maybe. Oh, and UCF is into the mix now on Incognito. Not exactly going Incognito. Guess he's standing out. Now, we can get in there. We can. We're just going to have to put 50 points on him. which is worth it, I would say. We're into the fight on Mitch Dora, though. That'd be a big 5-star linebacker to get. And I think that'd be quite important in this game, is actually upgrading defense and also finding deep threat wide receivers. That is the glitch. You need the deep threat wide receiver archetype. Greg Austin looks to be a great player, by the way. I'm putting 25 points on him. 80 zone coverage, 90 speed. I mean, there are a lot of good players that we've offered scholarships on. I mean, we're going to fall behind on a lot of them, but got to make some moves for the players that we want. Demetrius Yeboah, we're putting some points on. We don't really know anything about him, which is pretty true of everyone that I'm going after, but that's just how it is right now. Post-video editing Bengal here. We did make some changes to the depth chart. I forgot to show you guys. We have Henry Streeter starting at quarterback. Lee Beebe Jr. is going to be our new starting running back who we acquired from the transfer portal. Currently going to redshirt guys like Zach Poole, Emmett Lemons, but the team is mostly the same on offense. Tyler Branham in the mix as well, the true freshman 4-star tight end from Decatur, Georgia. The offensive line really has not changed very much at all. It's still not very good. Carl Cernse going to move over to center now, but there have been significant changes made on defense. Matt Humphreys at defensive end with Frederick Cummins. Nice. Aaron Bryant, Deion Griggs. Bryant, of course, was a transfer portal get for us. Redshirt junior from South Haven, Mississippi. Defensive tackle is not a super strong position for us, but it really could be worse. Of course, still Zeke Hopper, Corey Cushing, and Soma Latsu at right outside linebacker. Morgan Merriman at corner. We have Emmanuel Berlin, Lamont James, who I will continue to call Lamont Jordan, I'm sure. Malik Moon, Darrell Brower is buried as far deep into the depth chart as I can get him. And then at safety, we are no longer starting Jerez Hoke. And, you know, Jesus Christ, that's Ahmad Bourne. Just honestly not good enough. So we made changes, and it's going to be Jordan Johnson, who we got from the transfer portal, and also Michael Roderick, who I think is just better. Okay, for the first time, going to, what is it, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium? Something like that? It is, yes. Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. Going to the home of the Gators. And I will say, play the moments, this is not Nevada Dynasty. The disparity, the separation between some of the top teams and the lower tier schools is not significant enough. And I've told them this. We'll see if they make any changes. But the fact that the Gators here, and I know they're not as good as they used to be. They had a bad year in 2023 in real life, but this is 2025 now. They are a top-tier program. You know, some people would say there's only like 6-ish blue blood schools, but the Gators are one of the biggest brands in college football. They're a huge powerhouse of a program, multiple-time national champions, including quite recently. And there's no reason they should be an 87 overall compared to our 80 in year 2. They just shouldn't. So I think you need to see teams like I guess we'll just say Georgia, Alabama, the best teams in the nation, need to be more like high 90s to create some more separation. Teams like San Jose State, teams like Vanderbilt should not be pushing 80. They shouldn't be. Even Vanderbilt in the SEC. But here we go. I digress. Henry Streeter, true freshman quarterback, will start his first game as a Titan. He's got unbelievable speed. He's got a big-time arm, but he won't have to use it here, as Kai Kiernan will come in motion and hopefully utilize that speed. Swear I pressed B to spin and nothing happened. Well, not a great start in the Henry Streeter career as we are under pressure. It's 3rd and 12. This is going to be an impossible game to win, is what it would appear to be. This stadium is rocking, and the offensive line's getting bodied. We're going to get on the move. Throw on the run for Branham. That's another true freshman. Tyler Branham for 49 yards. Big, athletic, 4-star tight end. Gators can't believe it. They had us backed up to our own end zone, 3rd and long. And Henry Streeter's first completion is a big one. They're going to call it 51 yards to another true freshman. And this could be what the offense of the future looks like. Tyler Branham from Henry Streeter. Branham is an exceptional athlete. In fact, we'll check it out really quickly because we didn't really put a ton of shine on him in the pregame. But yes, This is a 72 overall true freshman from Decatur, Georgia, 6'5", 240 with mid to high 80 speed, acceleration, agility. He is a very, very good player and maybe the best all-around playmaker on our offense. Kai Kiernan, of course, we return. But is he going to play at that level? We'll see. It might not be Lee Beebe Jr., the transfer, I'll tell you that. 2nd and 12, Higdon in motion. Throwing across, finding Davis, and that'll be a decent enough gain there. 3rd and 2, very convertible down and distance. I do think we will. Oh, we can't even get it to Lee Beebe Jr. because he doesn't hear the audible. We're gonna step up with Streeter. Oh, he's got a lot of juice. Look at that juke move. That was quick. He's a really, really dynamic athlete. You can just kind of feel it. Some players move differently, and when you get used to using Neil McKee and Brian Pierce, tried to throw it, but the difference is unbelievable. 2nd and 14. We definitely want to get on the move a lot with Streeter. Kind of under pressure there. Can the Gators contain Streeter? They really can't a ton, but I mean, can they? It's only 3 yards. Thought we were going to end up with more there. Here's 3rd and 11. Kiernan, quick motion. We don't really know his button. We're going to take off with Henry Streeter. You're going to have to beat this man, and he does. Streeter with the 1st down, long scramble on 3rd and long. Using motion to our advantage and then just trying to cut up the middle there. It's Jeremy Davis. Probably not the best call. You see with the play clock down to 10 seconds every time. Gets a little bit difficult to kind of set up everything you want, especially if you're going to use motion. But using the athleticism has been a good idea so far. I don't know what his button is. I don't know. Streeter just on the move. Broken tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Henry Streeter. What a drive for the true freshman. Not knowing the buttons is tough, but I mean, what are we going to do? It's freaking out under the pressure. Not ideal, but it worked out, right? Henry Streeter, street racing, finding the end zone. I mean, it actually worked out. Kai Kiernan kind of gave us a block. And then Streeter's just such a big, strong kid that he's able to find the end zone. And, I mean, you know, growing up in St. Petersburg, maybe grew up a Gators fan. It's not tremendously close to Gainesville, but it's a possibility. He's a fake player. I'll make up whatever narrative I want. Grew up a Gators fan. Chooses to go to Trenton State. Or maybe he was a Gator hater. I might like that. I don't know. DJ Lagway on the field for the Gators. Former 5-star recruit. Kind of got turned around there a little bit. We didn't see DJ Lagway last year. It was Graham Mertz. And this is a team we're going to play every single year, as I mentioned in the opening. It's going to be read option. Corey Cushing trying to get off the block. Can't find it. Lagway's not going to go down. Still on his feet. Finally tripped up near midfield. I kept anticipating a slide. It never came. We obviously wanted to hit him. But he's grooving right now. This Gator run game is rocking. And we just don't quite have the speed or the power to contain the Gator rushing attack. And they might need to never, or they might not even need to ever throw the ball. We can't fill every lane. If we try, they're just going to beat us with speed. We kind of have to guess correctly and hope for the best. And I know that's an inexact science, but, you know, if we were playing the A gap, right, and they kind of hesitate, they go towards the C gap, and then we try to cover the C gap, they'll just go back to the B gap. It's pretty tough when we have to worry about 3 gap responsibilities for every single run with one player, but that's kind of our reality. We're going to throw over the middle. Trying to really hit these receivers, but we're just not built like that. So wrapping up might be our best bet. We'll see what happens. And here's going to be one of these runs that I talked about. Well, you know, it seemed like we defended it pretty well that time. They still get 2 yards. Like our best possible defensive play, they still get, you know, a net positive. Here's 2nd and 8. Might creep up here with the safety. Straight up the middle there. It's a gain of 4. It's a big 3rd and 4, though. I think we send heat. Man coverage is always a little bit scary. but we got to try to force the football out quickly. And we do, and it's an overthrow by DJ Lagway. We're going to force a field goal try from the far right hash. Maybe a little bit of difficulty with this one. It's only a 35-yarder, but you never know. College kickers miss all the time, but not this college kicker. Florida Gators on the board, but a bend but don't break defense from us results in retaining the lead. And if we can do what we did on the first drive, provided Streeter can stay healthy and productive, you know, we're going to be in business. But that's going to be easier said than done. We can only take so many hits with them over the course of a game. We know we're not going to be able to run the ball at them. So we're somewhat limited here. We can't call any audibles. But we'll take that. Jeremy Davis, nice little spin move back after catching the ball, breaking a tackle. And he'll get the first down as a result. The junior is one of many from Maine somehow. We have a huge Maine pipeline. You might say it's our main pipeline. That's not great. None of what happened was great. Not the joke, not the throw, not the protection. And the worst thing about playing a team like the Gators, they can rush 4 and just be successful. I'm pressing the button to throw a little bit too late on these RPOs, and we're paying the price. As there's another former 5-star, Cormani McLean, getting in on the action. He's had quite an interesting start to his career. Starting at Colorado and then heading out to back to the Gators. Just try to fit that in there. I think getting on the move is going to be our best bet, but I clearly didn't get the result we wanted there. Kind of rushed that trying to tell some random story about Cormani McLean. How about we lock in and try to win the ball game? And we're going to allow way too big of a return here. Try to get it so it might bounce away. A little bit too much hang time. And hang time's usually good, right? But I was trying to get it to bounce down the field. Didn't end up happening. Wide open, big hit at the point of contact. No, Malik Moon cannot make the tackle. There's Berlin to save a touchdown. Yeah, I don't know that we've ever really forced an incompletion, ever. Big hits at catch points don't do anything. Not even in Nevada Dynasty either, as we kind of abandon our lane there. Big hit there. The ball apparently did not come out. But I think the Gators are going to be fine taking these big hits if they're off the back of 10, 15-yard runs. So we need to do better against that. Touch pass. Try to read it well and get to the outside. Zeke Hopper ended up making the tackle. Maybe our best defensive player. Emmanuel Berlin has the star, though. Bring Roderick up. Our safeties have changed quite a bit. Jerez Hoke is not a starter anymore. Ahmad Bourne is not a starter. The ball came loose, and we're going to recover. Oh, my goodness. Now, he's trying to indicate that he was on the ground. We'll take another look, but this would be a massive turnover if this stands as called. Here's the replay. Matt Humphreys, as I believe, who forced it and not who recovered, because the hit came from the back. Humphreys forced it out, and if this stands, we will get the football, and it's going to stand. What a play by Matt Humphreys to force that thing out. And we're going to try to run here. We're backed up to our own 4. Lee Beebe Jr. does have a lot of great power, but not a lot of juice as a runner. He's not a very sudden or explosive athlete. And, I mean, I think we're going to find that that's going to be a problem. As we're trying to find space here. Streeter, we're just going to have to take some hits to get extra yardage. That's the 2-minute warning. But a lot of our offense this year is going to be running with the quarterback. It just is. So we can get BB leaking out here. They're going to cover that. We're going to go over the middle, and there is Jeremy Davis. Our number 1 receiver right now. We're throwing to him pretty frequently. And I really thought it would be a lot of Kai Kiernan. But Jeremy Davis has kind of been like our main target. As we're going to try to throw that up the field. And look who it is. Jeremy Davis again. Getting Henry Streeter mobile is creating problems for the Gator offense. Branham is actually uncovered from the slot here. I feel like if we try to rifle this in, it could spell trouble. But we're going to go for it anyway. Quick throw! Branham cannot reel it in. Just a true freshman. Big hit. Jars the football loose, and he's actually going to be ice cold right now. What can we do to get him going? I do like how the receivers can hear these hot routes And they're gonna leak over to cover Brandon. We're gonna send him up the field. Nice spin move from Streeter. He gets the first down. We got a minute and a half to play here in the first half. Going into the half with the lead would be exceptional. And the offense is cooking a little bit. And we're gonna step up with Streeter. Look at the wheels. Big block downfield. We're gonna slide. We're going to need Streeter to stay healthy. I do not want to see what the offense would look like without him on the field. We are really utilizing his athleticism right now. It's been a killer for the Gators, and we're going to try to put this single high safety in conflict. We're under pressure, Streeter sack. We had receivers open underneath, but there was pressure in our face already. Couldn't really get the ball out in time when we're trying to take a deep shot and score a touchdown. As we're going to get on the move with Streeter again. He's actually going to outrun everybody. And then it's 3rd and 1 as he's knocked out of bounds. He's getting up a bit slowly. Still looks okay. You can see the green kind of outline on him. Says that he's about fine. Zach Edmond checks into the game. And you also see Poole on the outside. Jason Becker in the game. Zach Poole was a 4-star receiver commit. And that is one of the worst routes I've ever seen. And it's intercepted. While Zach Poole is only a true freshman, Henry Streeter with a big hit, by the way. That is supposed to be a comeback route. We're trying to anticipate the break at the top of the route. It never really came. It never really happened. And that throw's all about anticipation and timing while the corner's going to have his back turned. And that's a great drive that's just... What is Zach Poole doing? I need to see this route again because this is atrocious. How deep are we planning on running this? Because it's supposed to be a comeback. He has leverage, right? I don't know how deep we're possibly going to run this, that he's still running. You are midway through the end zone. Ball, of course, is out at this point, anticipating the break, probably a little bit closer to the start of the end zone here. That's when we try to throw this ball. And then Poole just keeps running. I mean, what are you going to start the comeback route from the stands? Bad time for an interception. Now the Gators have a chance to score here before the end of the first half and take the lead. And this is thankfully not a big catch and run. Throw into the flat. Nice defense there on the outside. That's Malik Moon. It's going to be 3rd and 7. Our defense is playing unbelievably well, if I'm honest. Because we got cooked last year by Florida. New quarterback. Not a veteran in Graham Mertz. And Matt Humphrey's trying to make a play. Eventually going to force Lagway out of bounds. That saves us a little bit of time as well. No one could bring him down. Lagway shook off Humphreys and then eventually Zeke Hopper as well. But we will force a punt. 25 seconds. We should retain this first half lead. And we got a block. We might actually be able to return this a little bit. That's Basher up the middle. He's got a crease. That punt takes 10 seconds off the clock, but we got a really nice return out of that, and we are nearing field goal range. 15 seconds. Sacked. Call a timeout. 2nd and 17. Just going to have to check down to Branham there. I don't love that, but really just can't afford to get sacked in this spot. We're going to have one play. We can go over the middle. We absolutely can. This is not the play. I don't know what the play is. Show me something else. That's it. That's it. More or less. 7 seconds. We do have a timeout. It's really going to be one play here. There it is. Up the seam. You got to go down. You got to go down. Timeout. All right, let's zoom in a little bit here. Might make that meter a little bit more handleable. There is the field goal try. That is right down the middle and good. What a first half for the Trenton State Titans. Now there's a lot of football left to be played. Are the Gators going to have a very different second half plan? That's highly likely. But what a first half. We have the lead on the road against the Gators. You didn't expect this when you put them on the schedule to start the year. They are the number 17 team. They are 0-0. And just checking, it is still Heisman with default settings. Minimum play clock time I might want to turn up in the future. Now, Florida does start with the football. But our defense has played very well. 16 minutes of in-game time. Can we hold on? Can we extend a lead? And we know we can't press them. Bad stuff has happened when we've pressed our corners. But this is a different team than last year. Could be a little jet touch pass here. It's going to be a fake. Running back gets it. We kind of fell for that a little bit. Corey Cushing's there. Can't wrap up, though. We're going to need help to tackle these ball carriers every time. Solo tackles, especially in the open field, not really going to be the recipe for success for us. We could barely even bring down DJ Lagway. In fact, we couldn't even bring down DJ Lagway at the end of the first half. Took 2 defenders to knock him out of bounds. And it seems like they're figuring out, hey, if we run the ball every time, we don't have the guys up front to defend that. So that's going to be a good plan for him, probably. This is the jet touch pass, but look at the change of direction. See, we got outside. We were originally A-gap responsibility, right? And then we kind of crossed the B to the C to play the outside lane, the tackle there. However, they just have so much time and space that they can separate. Big hit, Corey Cushing wraps up DJ Lagway for the sack. But they have so much time and space that they can just hit whatever gap they want. And it's really difficult to defend. 3rd down and 6. Need to stop. They're going to go halfback draw here. We're all over it. Trying for a big helmet-to-helmet collision. Would love to knock one of them out of the game. And they're actually going to punt the ball on 4th and 1 from the 50. Down in the game against a borderline FCS school. Guess we're an 80 overall now, but that is a weak call from Billy Napier. Or whatever his name is in the game. Incredibly heartless decision. 2nd and 10. Kiernan in motion. We really haven't used a lot of motion so far. We're going to actually take this up the middle. Spin off the back of the block. Henry Streeter first down. He's actually approaching 100 yards rushing on the game. And I do want to see if we can get Kiernan in motion. We have 2 tight ends on the outside there. It's the red shirt, or the true freshman Tyler Branham and Zach Edmond. Matt Sims could see time today at some point. You have a block on the outside. There's Kai Kiernan. Spin back. We'll take another first down. And we have not used Lee Beebe pretty much at all this game. But the runs have mostly been unsuccessful. Or we misread an RPO. I think Branham's going to be the A button here. It says RB. Edmond is crossing. He's the Y, or so it says. Little lob to him. Great. Great work there as always. 3rd and 8. I need to know the buttons. Okay. Will I forget these when we snap it? Highly likely. No, the running back is RB. We're going to try to get it to him. Lee Beebe cannot reel it in. Going to have to punt the ball back. We are in this game, man. We are in this game. We are debatably in the driver's seat. We got to keep playing. Got to keep fighting. Gators have an uphill battle from their own 11. Could have been a better punt. Could have been, but it wasn't. Could have, should have, would have. If the Queen had balls, she'd be king. Or if she was alive, she might even be the Queen still. Run of 7. Just don't keep running the ball at us. It's so rude. It's so rude. Contain! Hopper's completely spun out of his mind. DJ Lagway on the move. He's still going. I didn't really think DJ Lagway was a mobile quarterback. As far as they go, I thought he passed for like over 5,000 yards his senior year of high school in Texas. Didn't really know he was known for his speed, but he's not going down here almost ever. And that was actually pretty unbelievable that was incomplete. Only 8 attempts for DJ Lagway, by the way. This Gator offense has not been able to sustain any type of a drive. And it'll be 3rd and 8. You're likely going to see the 9th attempt for DJ Lagway here. I'm afraid to press Darrell Brower on the outside. He's such a slow piece of shit. Big hit, but a first down for the Gators. And that's a big one. Corey Cushing just kind of not able to be there. We better wrap up. Roderick, find the ball carrier. Why are we jogging behind him? Amari Daniels approaching 100 yards rushing, only 12 attempts. It's not what we want. Creeping up with Roderick Jr. And you know what, we'll go more over the team because we have some new starters. I didn't do a great enough job showing you guys, but actually through the magic of editing, I'm going to show you. I'll put it out in front. I'll do that. we'll go over the team at the start. So forget what I'm even saying. You're gonna know all about these new starters. It's gonna be a run. Big hit, blowing it up, but Amari Daniels over 100. Blitz here kind of scares me, but maybe in a good way. RPO, we're all over it. You better wrap up, and we do in the open field. Huge tackle. Man, their kicker's huge. Trey Smack. Kicker with the name Smack is already great. 94 kick power, 84 accuracy, I think that said. Get up the middle. Not the running back. Amari Daniels takes it down to the 8. We're getting killed on the ground. It's like they figured it out. All we have to do is run the ball. We don't have the personnel up front to get these stops. That was defended pretty well, though. 2nd and goal. They could still totally run it here. Looks like they're going to. We filled the lane. We make the tackle. It's a big play for the Gators. 3rd and goal from the 6. Is this 4-down territory? That's an interesting conversation because there's a decent amount of time left. They've only allowed 10 points. Throwing over the middle. Touchdown. Yeah, slants are just not going to be a route we can cover. Aiden Mizell, touchdown. And he was a problem last year, to say the least. And he has finally found the end zone here for the Gators' first touchdown coming here in the 4th quarter. Is the Gators' mascot named Albert? I've never heard that in my life. 5 minutes to play. It is 10-all. Little check down. Lee Beebe. It was really all we could get in the portal is going to be my Lee Beebe Jr. review. I know that's not a great review for a player, but it's true. Just need a little bit more speed. We're going to get it out to Branham. His first touch in a little while. 4 minutes to go. If we can somehow make this the final drive of the game, that would be incredible. We're going to step up with Streeter and live to die another day. We'll take out the knees of the linebacker as well. I don't mind that. 12 attempts, 94 yards. Gators kind of stacking the box here. 4 down, 4 linebackers. Can we run on this front? Back up the middle. Lee Beebe will take the first. 3 minutes on the clock. With this timer, a lot of time runs off the clock. There have not been that many possessions in this game. Higdon's going to take the entire defense inside here. And we're just going to check it down. Lee Beebe has like 88 trucking. I don't know if we'll ever see it in action. Not against the Gators, that's for sure. We could go, yeah, we're going to go orbit motion. I'd actually like Kiernan to kind of be a clear out here. And we'll throw to Higdon underneath. And hopefully this is not a zone defense where somebody crashes down. We can't get the throw off, man. We can't get the throw off. I'm hitting B. Forced to take off when it wouldn't let me throw the ball. And now it's 3rd and 18. I'm hitting this. Is this broken? 3rd and 18 would have been tough, but I'm holding the button down. I don't know why it's not throwing. It's about the best punt we could possibly have in that spot. Bounce before he can get there. Perfect. Inside the 20. 2-minute offense for Florida. Will they try and air it out more? I don't even think that works to our benefit, to be honest. I really don't. Oh, it's intercepted by Merriman. It's going the other way. Unbelievable. Morgan Merriman, pick 6, DJ Lagway. What are you doing? Our Clemson Tiger mascot loving it on the sideline. A devastating play for the Gators. Morgan Merriman jumps the route in the flat, takes it all the way back for the touchdown. I don't believe what I'm seeing. What a strategic read for me to get sacked, to force 3rd and long and punt it, to set up the pick 6. That's why I'm one of the best coaches in the building. On the planet, rather. The building is, that's like, there's surely not many people in the apartment here that, well, it doesn't matter. 7-point lead, 1:46 to go. Lagway may have sealed the Gators' fate. Still plenty of time to tie it, but winning it will be a whole different battle. Whole different ball game now. It's going to be open. Big hit. That was Emmanuel Berlin. Great name, but would love for the football to not be caught in that spot. RPO potentially. I mean, we just cannot run with that. Arliss Boardingham. I mean, they're driving. If they want to score, they're going to. It's kind of what's going to happen probably. But Oh my goodness. Another throw to the flat. They're playing a dangerous game by doing that. We're going to give them a little bit of space here. I just don't want to get beat for a touchdown. Oh, yep. Well, we might not have a choice. Gators call their first timeout. We've kind of been sitting in a lot of cover 3. I might actually use our Johnson here. And I don't really think we can call timeouts in this spot, but I'm going to be honest. I am considering stopping the clock at some point. We might have a chance to answer depending on what happens here. We got to be able to wrap up. Didn't take a great angle. It's 3rd and 1. The Gators really shouldn't be in any type of hurry. They really shouldn't be. It's going to be a screen. What a stop. We're calling a timeout. The reason being, time is not a factor. They're on the 12-yard line. If they score on this play, which is a possibility, we'll have about 30 seconds to answer, which is about as much as we can hope for. Again, time is not really a factor here. Roderick leaps, forces the incompletion. We're going to win the game. We are going to upset the number 17 Gators to open up the year. How has this happened? Victory formation. I can't even believe this. We are 1-0. We walked into the house of the Gators and have defeated them in Gainesville in year 2 on the back of the true freshman player of the game, Henry Streeter. The interception was frustrating. We might have beat him by more. But the pick 6 from Morgan Merriman ends up winning the game. I mean, this is an unbelievable upset. Obviously a staple win in the program so far. This is our main rival of the series, and we've beaten them in year 2. See if FSU poses a more significant threat in the coming weeks. But what was going on with this offense at DJ Lagway? Very few incompletions. They ran the ball all over us. I mean, how do you average 7.5 yards per carry with your running back and lose the game? It was a costly fumble that took points off the board, and we played just well enough. I really can't believe that, but we've done it. Streeter goes 14 for 22, 156, no touchdowns, and a pick. That's not great. But then as a runner, what a talent. He would have had over 100 yards if not for the sack yardage. In the end, 14 for 82, had a touchdown. Dynamic playmaker receiving. Jeremy Davis was our guy. 6 for 82. Branham had a great game. The freshman tight end goes 3 for 60. And then defensively, not many tackles for loss, but actually that's not even true. 2 for Corey Cushing. Greg Keaton got in there. Zeke Hopper, Malik Moon, and Esteban Chavez, all with TFLs. A sack for Matt Humphreys, half a sack for Hopper and Cushing, and a big pick 6 by the sophomore linebacker Morgan Merriman wins the game for us. Humphreys, of course, with a forced fumble, recovered by Jordan Johnson, and the touchdown for Morgan Merriman propelled us to a win. 17-10 is your final. What a start to year 2. And with that big win, we are now coach level 8. It cannot be overstated how big of a win this is for the program. That likely could be the best win we have in the series for a long time, although we are on the rise. But what a win. I can't even get over it. Championship contenders up to a C-. Stadium atmosphere is going down. I get it was a road win, but what? Do we actually have a shot at the number 3 player in the nation here in Juan Sturgis? It feels possible. We only have 5 hours available. We were really pursuing George Winogo, but it might end up being a no-go. He just looks insane. 83 speed, 84 finesse moves. Top 100 player in the nation. Have not got into the mix on any of these 3 stars yet. I guess 2 of them are 4 stars. We have retaken the lead on Manu Incognito. That's huge. We're really not in that bad of a spot, and Mitch Dora, the 50 points, is paying off. Things are on the up and up here at Trenton State. And for coach skills, I think we need to focus on what we're doing right now. I mean, no kidding, but I think increasing the weekly recruiting hours for defensive linemen will be critical. And also, I would say recruiting actions give a bonus to linebackers. We are going after a 5-star linebacker right now. I think that's where we need to look. That should help us out with Mitch Dora. What a get for the program. We don't know if he's any good, actually, but he's a 5-star. How bad can he be? Pass coverage type should indicate that he's pretty fast. We have no idea if Alfonso Gentle is fast. I will say a power back with the name Gentle. I don't know if I like the vibes there. Kind of want maybe a last name like Ruff could be good. I'm going to say Mitch Pepper, we probably don't have a shot to get. Mississippi State's just going to out-recruit us. Because I can't really throw more than 10 points on him right now. So we open up 15 hours. I'm going to throw 10 of those on George Winogo. And I'd like to get some more points. We can get in the mix on Greg Austin. Got to stay in the fight. Cannot change on Manu Incognito. Although we do open up to 60 on him. But I think we're just going to beat UCF if we stay really heavily recruiting him. I want to get in the mix on Bobby Salmon. I don't really know where we have points to give at the moment. We don't really. Oh, Juan Sturgis is a linebacker, so I can't even put the 5 points on him. Oh, that was a miss. I thought he was a defensive end. Now, it does work for Winogo. We only have 5 hours left anyway. And Sturgis probably looks a little bit better than Winogo does right now. No one is close to committing. It's very early in the season, although Incognito actually could be. A lot's happening right now. How is Trenton State upsetting Florida not even being talked about? How is it not? I know it wasn't a super exciting game score-wise. It wasn't a shootout, but that was a big game. And we move up to number 2 on George Winogo, head-to-head against Florida right now. I mean, that's huge. Greg Austin, 2nd. Mitch Dora, 1st, considerably. Recruiting, I would say, feels like it's going amazingly. How close are we to a Manu Incognito recruitment or commitment? Not close enough. We need to free up hours. We need to get him in on a visit literally right now. I mean, the week 5 bye is going to be, it's going to have to work. Just don't commit to UCF after this week. And we need to advance. We need to put 60 points on him. I need hours back wherever I can get him. We need the visit. We cannot lose Manu Incognito to UCF. Cannot do it. Taking points off of PJ Beatty. We're kind of recruiting linebacker pretty well right now. We don't even know if we want Enrique Johnston. He's a receiving back with 89 speed. It's fine. Looks like Jacksonville State and South Alabama want him a bit more. I need the hours. Take 25 off of Alfonso Gentle. I might put him back on at a later date. I don't know. Would love to get George Winogo on campus as well. It's not ideal to bring these guys in on a bye week visit, but you still do get points for the visit. It is worth it to bring them in when you can. And when we're in the top 3 on a number of these different players, we really can't afford to be screwing around at this point. Now, we will open up some points by hard selling. Do you have a deal breaker? He doesn't. But we can hard sell, and we can just pick 2 of 3 correctly. And we know one of them is going to be pro potential coach stability or campus lifestyle. None of those are good. I'd be comfortable selling 2 of 3. That's fine. If you didn't know, that is fine. You can totally do that and still have it be very effective. Playing style and proximity to home work out really well. I'm going to sell that. And we get a big boost. Big bonus there. We're going to get him on campus during the bye week. It's our best chance to steal him away from UCF. And then we need more points because I'm also going to soft sell something on top of that. Like, you feel comfortable taking points off of guys that are not being recruited, but at the same time, you don't want these other schools to get back in the mix on them. And that's what you're opening yourselves up to by taking points away. But I don't really see an alternative right now. It's not like we can take points off of Juan Sturgis. If we can land the top 5 player in the nation, that'd be incredible. And I can't really take points off of Mitch Dora. This would be a huge 5-star to get. Again, we don't know if he's good, but we're just going to have to gamble with some of these players not being recruited right now. We've offered them. Other teams have not. That's just going to have to be a difference maker right now. That's what we're banking on. Can't take points off Greg Austin. Simply too good, and probably should be putting more points on him. We just don't have him right now because we're trying to go after players we really have no business bringing to Trenton State, and that's a problem. But Manu Incognito is a huge recruit to get. I mean, absolutely massive. Pro potential is going to be what he wants. We can't really offer a ton there, but we're maxed out, 60 points with a visit scheduled, and I want to get Winogo in on campus for that visit as well. Now, it's not going to be a visit where he's got a buddy. It's not a complimentary visit, but, I mean, really, it's our best chance to land him. But where do I get the points back? I mean, Mitch Dora, you feel like you're playing with fire if you take points off him. Joey Boozer looks to be a really good player. Tulsa's coming for him. We just need to free up a little bit. I can put 10 back on him and still get the visit with Winogo. But by doing this, we need to land Winogo. We will get some points back if we were to sell on him. Here's the problem, and why I'm not going to do that, is because what are we hard selling here? You could line up the 3 that make sense. Campus lifestyle is bad. Program tradition, terrible. Proximity to home, pretty good. Is the bonus there more than send the house? I don't think it is. We're going to try to get him on campus, so we can still like sell proximity to home. It's just, you know, we have a better chance by sending the house to actually get him. So recruiting's in a really interesting spot right now, but if we can, like, nailing the bye week visit's not amazing, but it could help us solidify those commitments. It's not a guarantee. We might lose out on both, but we are going for it, and I don't think you can fault that. Maxed out on Incognito. We're doing everything we can. Thanks for watching. Huge upset. I'll see you in the next one. What a start to Season 2. Take it easy.